guys, it's Lisa. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. If you like my channel, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys think. And today I have one of my fun subscription boxes. I have Darn Good Yarn, and Darn Good Yarn is a knitting and crocheting subscription box. And within this box, you get a skein of premium ethical yarn. You get a little booklet that has both knitting and crochet patterns. And lately, I don't know how long they've been doing it, because I used to get them for when I first started getting subscription boxes. And then I canceled for a couple of reasons, and I started up again and noticed that now they have 2 different patterns for crocheting and 2 different patterns for knitting. And usually they tend to be an easier and then a little more complicated. Although I think the crochet patterns this time might be both intermediates. I'm not sure. But I do knitting. I can crochet a little bit, but I love to knit. And also in this box, you also get a mystery gift each time. And this is probably the least expensive of all the knitting and crocheting boxes that I've come across. It is $10, and then you have shipping, so it equals out to about $13.95. And they have a online store where you can buy a bunch of things. You can buy little yarn bowls, and you can buy saris, and you can buy yarn and needles and whatnot. And they also have a couple of other subscriptions called Darn Good Beads and Darn Good Fabric. Beads are beads and fabric is fabric. And I like it. I go back and forth on whether I want this or not. I love to knit. I love getting new patterns, but my upstairs is like, my office upstairs, among other things, is like a flipping yarn store. I have tubs and tubs and tubs just of skeins of yarn. I have a big bookshelf where 2 of the shelves are just full of patterns for knitting. And so, do I really need this? But I do enjoy it. I like the yarn. It's nice yarn. Full disclosure, last month's project I have not done yet. I started to do it, and I wanted to do one that had required circular needles, and they're number 6 circular needles, and my circular needles were just a little too big. They just didn't work out, and I also tend to be rough on circular needles, and I will break those things. So I wanted to use my DPNs, double pointed needles, but I can't find them. What I do when I do projects is, when I'm done with a project, I will just slam my needles within the skein of yarn and just throw it in the tub. So somewhere upstairs, there is a skein of yarn that has my number 6 DPNs, and I don't know where they are. So once I find those, I will do last month's project. I tend to break needles. I'll be bad with circulars. They don't work for me too well. I am rough. I will bend needles where they look all crooked. I get mine at thrift stores, good place to get them, because I am so rough with things. But if you guys, for my people that don't knit, want to know what they are, this right here is a double point needle, a DPN, and it's got points on both sides, and use 3 of these. Actually use 4. You have the yarn on 3, and then you knit and knit and round, and it makes things in the round, as does circular needles, which has this little tube on it. And I always break my circular needles right there, and I can't fix them. And so I prefer knitting with double point needles, but like I said, I cannot find my number 6s. So once I do, or once I buy some more, find some at a thrift store super cheap, I will do the last month's project and show it to you guys. And in my last video, I showed y'all some of the other items. I don't think I have them anywhere that I've made. Yeah, I don't have them on me, but they have some cool patterns. But I'm yapping, so let's break into this and see what we got this month. And On the cover, it says, "Darn good yarn, start at love, enjoy your journey, and make it yours." And I swear, I love the way their yarn smells. I think it smells really good. This is what it looks like inside. And I'm going to pull out the booklet first. This is the little booklet. And it says, "Hey there, how are things going? Do you love your box? We always love to hear feedback, blah, blah, blah. This month you received our speckled tweed recycled silk yarn in begonia. Vibrant and blissful, this yarn combines traditional and contemporary to give you the best of both worlds." I love they use recycled yarn. I keep waiting for a recycled sari yarn. I want to try that out. I also want to get a bunch of my grocery bags and recycle those and make a bag out of that. But anyway, it says the yarn, speckled tweed recycled silk yarn. And silk is normally pretty pricey to get silk yarn, so that's really cool thing. I like silk yarn. It says it's 55 yards pulled recycled silk yarn, and it says our speckled tweed recycled silk yarn is made from ethically sourced recycled silk fibers and features a soft texture. It is quite soft. The colorway begonia includes bright magenta, dark blue, and purple hues. I think that is super pretty. And it's got a little bit of sparkle in it. And so that will definitely make something quite pretty. And knit gauge, US 7 to 9, crochet gauge, US 1/9 to 10.5, hand wash, which most silk is. Actually, I think all silk is. I don't know why I said most. But this feels nice. It's quite pretty. I love the yarn they send. Like I said, I do have tons and tons of skeins, but they always send me really cool yarn. And then it says, "Our gift to you, a pom-pom tassel," which is this. This fun and bright pom-pom tassel adds a perfect pop of color to any bag or keychain. This tassel has been handmade by our co-ops in India. And I love that they use ethically treated things, that they tend to use a lot of recycled items, and it's not just brand new stuff. So there's that. It's okay, kind of cool. And so here are my knit options, or one of my knit options. First knit option is a bobble bracelet, and the first crochet option is another bobble bracelet. Those are those two. And then it says knit option number, and those both were intermediate, and the crochet is easy, and the knit option 1 is intermediate. And then knit option 2 is easy, and crochet option 2 is easy. And it's Gemini cowl, both of them. And the cowl uses 15 straight knitting needles, number 15 straight knitting needles. So I'm pretty sure I don't use larger needles often, so I'm pretty sure I can have those. And so I will definitely probably make this cowl, because I make a lot of bracelets, but I don't do a lot of cowls, or I'll do scarves, and I love socks, but socks take forever. I have seen a sock knitting subscription box that I'm itching to try, so I may have to try that. But I do like darn good yarn. It's just, should I get it? I have so much, but also I enjoy just it makes me do things. It makes me actually, start knitting something, and it's nice yarn, and they're a good company. They've got good customer service, but you get the different patterns, and then you get the special gift, and then you get the yarn. And the first time you get it, you'll get some knitting needles and a crochet needle and certain kind of yarn, or at least that's what it was when I first started. I don't think they've changed that. And then you'll get just different things each month. But this is quite pretty, and this is interesting. And then you have your patterns. So you guys, what do you think? Do you guys like to knit? I love to knit. I am a southpaw, so everything I knit is backwards and inside out, and then you have to flip it out. So if you want lessons, yeah, probably don't want to learn from me because I'll just confuse you. But yeah, you guys. Oh, and link down below if you want this, 20% off your first purchase. And they've got some cool stuff in their store. If you don't even want a subscription, just check them out. And you guys, thank you. If you like my channel, subscribe, ring the bell, leave me some comments, and give me that thumbs up. And thank you guys. Rock on.